Hey guys, and man, actually bring us some more things, right? Ace Attorney, Trials, and Tribulations. In the last part, we found out what exactly Pearl was doing at the night of the murder. Uh, it was quite sad because her mother made her do things, but she didn't do it all right. And we also found out that someone else was channeling Dahlia Hawthorne on the night of the murder, and that was the person that Bikini saw, not Iris. So it's time for the final trial. I believe the final trial. Um, yeah, I believe it's the final trial. I don't know exactly if it is, but it should be. Mr. Nick, please tell me what's going on to Mr. Meyer. I'm sorry, we don't know yet. The investigation is still going on, so I wasn't allowed in the inner temple. Yeah, I think this is I think this is the last final trial of the game. So this game is going to end soon. Wow, I didn't expect it. I know what I'm gonna do after I finish the game. Um, it's gonna be a bit. We'll get to it when we get to it. Anyway, she was, but yeah, I think this will be a Wednesday part. So on Friday there'll be some stuff. So we'll get to it when we get to it. If you're looking for Iris, she's in the prosecutor's lobby. I think the last part's probably going to be an hour long. I might like do it like that. She, Iris, she's going over today's testimony with the prosecutor as we speak. Today's testimony, you heard me. Iris is going to be testifying as a witness for the prosecution. Wait, what? The prosecution is squeezing her for a confession. Also, I heard. Francisco von Karma, what are you up to? I know what you're thinking, but Francisca isn't going to be the prosecutor today. What? Then who is? Who else would it be but Godo? Godo. Francisca is engaged in some important work at the Sacred Cavern. You don't mean she's... Exactly. She's been helping out there all night trying to remove these trick logs, with the headline assistance naturally. We estimate that the last of the locks should be taken care of in about 3 hours. I hope everything continues to go smoothly and we receive some news soon. Yeah, thanks, Edgeworth. Prosecutor Godo intends to nail this case shut today. Be careful to fight like there's no tomorrow. You don't have to tell me that. I know. I can already see it in your eyes. You're not the same fever-ridden, frantic maniac you were yesterday. It's strange. On the way here, I decided that today would be the end of all this. Almost immediately after I made that decision, I felt myself getting stronger. Interesting. Maybe you've passed your cold onto someone else, literally. And with that, I'll leave the rest in your capable hands, partner. Thanks. Aw, that was a nice moment, wasn't it? He calls partner. I still don't have answers for most of the. Well, you just gotta bullshit your way through it anyway. So that's what we always do. So no change there. The circumstances around the murder of Miss Dunim. No, I mean Miss Misty Faye. The impossible flight Larry claims to have seen. And what that woman is really after. I'll solve them all and bring this whole tragedy to an end. Man, it's been so long and so many things have happened. I almost forget why we're in this courtroom to begin with. There's so much stuff we have to figure out. This should be a good one. Anyway, Your Honor, what are you? Who, me? Well, my little brother came to visit me in my chambers early this morning. All of a sudden, in the blink of an eye, he developed a scorching fever and fainted. Therefore, I'll be standing in for him. I see, Your Honor. So they're brothers. That explains a lot. My poor brother. I was reading that on the wiki. Like, I read the wiki. I try to avoid spoilers for this game. I do use a guide, like, to get me through, like, tough stuff I can't speak. I do use a guide to get me through some of the tough parts of the game, but well, tough part that I don't really want to figure out, because that would just take me too long in some cases. But I do look on the wiki to get like pictures and stuff, so I already knew that the Canadian judge is the little brother of this judge, so it's like, yeah. Now then, Mr. Godo, please proceed your opening statement. Humans are fragile, fickle beings. Our hearts change with the shifting of the tides. There is only one thing that remains a constant in this world. I swear this song, it kind of makes me want to sit next to a campfire while it's raining outside with a cigar in my mouth and a coffee in the other hand, just chilling. The bit of darkness that lies at the bottom of this mug. So then you mean, oh, forget it, what do you mean? Yesterday, Charles, the accused, refused to admit her role in the crime. But today, she has had a change of heart. Since the artist of Hazakura Temple has a confession to make. Confession? The defendant? Iris, why did she discuss this with me first? Because she probably knew we were going to say no, but whatever. This court will now hear the defendant's confession. Upon meeting a beautiful lady, always asking for her name and profession. That's one of my rules. My name is Iris. I am but a simple nun undergoing training at a Hazakura temple. Witness, is there something that you want to confess to? Yes. But first, I want to apologize to Mr. Wright. I can't continue lying to everyone anymore. It's alright. What is it? Mr. Wright, I have to admit that I did play a part in this terrible incident. Are you actually confessing? Are you saying that you were the one who murdered Miss Elise? No, I'm not, Miss Your Honor, but I dealt with the cover-up after the murder took place. After her spirit left, I took the lifeless shell of his Elise and carried it to Hazakura Temple courtyard where I desecrated it. What? Order in the court. Witness, are you saying you were an accomplice to the murder? Well, she's not gonna get the death penalty, but she's definitely gonna get in trouble. What? Why did you tell me this before? 3 minutes in court and I'm already covered in cold sweat. Come on, Phoenix, don't give up now. Everyone on the planet is accomplice to something. It just happens to be that in this case it is to murder. Man, it is freezing in my house right now. After this part, I'm gonna turn on the heating. Yeah, it's that time of year. It's November the 15th when I'm recording this, and man, it's cold. It's very cold. But it looks like Iris' testimony was all a lie. Now then, little lady, if you don't mind, I've got a question for you. Whose crime were you trying to cover up by your accusations? I was covering for someone. Now I'm definitely supposed to creep without a paddle. Oh, life jacket. I've been at Hazakura's temples ever since I was a little girl. Hazakura Temple is run by one of the branch families of the Korean tradition. One of our missions is to protect the main family. I'm sorry, but main family? Yes, and that's why I would dirty myself, if need be, to protect her, the daughter of the master of the Korean channeling technique, Mystic Maya Fey. Huh? But we know she's... Wake up and smell the coffee, try it. She's naming Maya? Order in the court. So not only did you witness the murder, you know the name of the murderer. I'm terribly sorry, but it's true. I saw her commit the crime with my very own eyes. And then I cleaned up the area to try to protect her. That's ridiculous! Mike can never do... The defense will refrain from commenting until the appropriate time. Now witness, let's hear your testimony. What exactly happened on the night of crime? Yes, Your Honor. I thought I was prepared for the unexpected, but I couldn't imagine the case would wind up going in this direction. Me neither, man. Twists and turns at every bend. I went to the inner temple that night. I saw it all happen in the garden. I saw Mystic Elise strike Mystic Maya with her staff. While Mystic Maya was still stumbling, Mystic Elise moved in to deliver a fatal strike. Mystic Maya tried desperately to defend herself and stole the weapon. It was only self-defense. You can't blame her for it. So it's self-defense. Yes, Mystic Elise was the one who attacked first. That's why I tried my best to protect Mystic Maya. You moved the victim's body to the temple so that Maya wouldn't be suspected. Isn't that right? Not bad. You've got the instance of a true criminal. Something's not quite right. I'm sure it was established yesterday that Iris never went to the inner temple that night, and that the person who did it was that woman. Iris even admitted it. What are you hiding? I can't speak. I sound like I have a stutter. I don't know what's wrong with me. Anyway. Sister Iris, your testimony has changed quite a bit since yesterday. You stated yesterday that on the night of the murder, you didn't go to the inner temple. Did she now? Too bad for you. What she said yesterday doesn't mean much today. By the way, where were you when she claimed that she didn't go? It was in the inner temple training hall. A private conversation between the two of you does not constitute testimony. That would be probably described as hearsay. What do you have to say, witness? I just couldn't tell him the truth at the time. Mr. Maya, she's your girlfriend, isn't she? Well, no! I didn't want to be the one to break it to you that I saw her commit murder. She's not my girlfriend. Just pointing out there. She's not Phoenix's girlfriend. As much as they get shipped together, that isn't a thing, I don't think. Let's continue. What did you witness in the temple garden? Well, Your Honor, I saw Mystic Elise strike Mystic Maya with her staff. You're saying that the victim attacked Maya? I mean, Miss Faye? Yes, it was a truly frightening scene. Mystic Maya was struck hard on the head, and it looked like she was going to collapse. What were you doing at the time? Why didn't you stop them from fighting? I'm terribly sorry, Mr. Wright. I was frightened. I couldn't move. I couldn't even speak. I was in such shock. It's perfectly understandable, my dear. That doesn't sound right. I don't believe this testimony for a minute. What happened after that? While Mystic Maya was still stumbling, Mystic Elise moved in to deliver a fatal strike. She moved in to deliver a fatal strike? Yes, I'm sure of it. She threw down her staff and reached into her robe for a weapon. Wait a minute. What was this weapon? It was some kind of dagger. A dagger, huh? Mystic Elise and Elise de Nim tried to stab her with this weapon. To kill Miss Faye. Yes, exactly. You look like I did after I mistakenly took a swig of Worcestershire. I can't say that word. I cannot say that word. I've seen it before. I can't say it. I just can't. Yes, I do have a problem. You always have a problem in this game, Your Honor. Except that for that one time where you don't have a problem. Those I believe in like one of I think it was the last game, or maybe it was the first game. There was like one moment where if you decided to press harder, you'd get penalized for it. Witness, let's add your last statement to the testimony. Hey, who? Hey, just wait a moment. It's not my job to. It's not your job to say that. Listen, Gramps, I won't say it again. Final judgment will be rendered by me. Okay, now let's continue. Okay, she threw her staff away and pulled the dagger from the side of the road. She threw her staff away? Mr. Glees was trying to kill Miss Maya. I think that's why she wanted a more lethal weapon. It's true, it's not easy to inflict a deadly blow with a staff. Sister Iris, let me sure I've got this straight. The victim herself chose to throw away her staff? Yes, that's what I saw. If there's anything odd about that, Mr. Wright. Yeah, it's all alright. Okay. Maya tried to defend herself and stole the weapon. And then Mystic Maya, she turned things around and then she used the weapon she had taken and lunged forward for a strike. Witness, are you absolutely certain? Yes, but believe me, she had no choice. If Mystic Maya hadn't done something, my Faye's name would have been written on this autopsy report instead. Yes, this is bad. Yep. There's a contradiction. I just need to think about it. We'll do it after this last statement. So you're saying that my Faye was the one that stabbed Elise? Sister Iris, is that what you saw? Yes. This, right. If your mug is filled with with black and bitter suspicions, the only way to get rid of them is to drink them down quick. Like this. I know that's supposed to be a metaphor, but I don't get it. There's only one thing you need to get right. It's called evidence. Now hurry up before my next cup gets cold. What does that mean? Is Godo waiting for me to point out the contradictions? I'd like to avoid the whole spirit channeling thing if I can. Not only would it be inadmissible as evidence, but I think it might actually hurt her standing with the judge. First, I need to pick her testimony apart and expose the unnatural sounding parts. I don't know why Iris would tell a story like this, but there are two things I noticed that just don't add up. I know it's to do, he pointed it out himself, right, the fact that you threw her staff away. But what about his staff is so... Oh, that's why. Because there's a fucking sword in her staff. Why did she throw it away? If she wanted to kill... She wanted to kill Maya. She wanted to kill Maya. Why... And why would she pull out a dagger instead of using the sword that's already here in her staff? Whatever. Anyway, visiting him throwing her staff away makes no sense at all to me. But all you can do with the staff is hit someone. Not with this one. The victim's staff had a special feature about it. As you can see, It's a sword. Not when she already had a beautiful blade in her hands already. Sure. Well, Sister Iris, what do you have to say? He seems so confident. Like he knows. That was an impressive bit of investigating, right? I never would have thought there was a sword hidden in that staff, but even so. How should I put this? A long sword is unwieldy and thus quite ineffective in close quarters combat. Maybe that's why she chose a dagger over her blade. Have you not seen anime? Like you just push back and you just pull out like and you just go at her like Marth, like shoof. You just poke her with the sword. But there is something strange about this whole testimony. Well, Mr. Wright, the prosecution has a point. Very well, Your Honor. The defense will now present evidence to back its arguments. Mr. Wright, I have here another piece of evidence that shows that this testimony can't be trusted. Because Miss Elise would never attempt to take the life of Maya Fey. The reason why? Well, it's because she's her mother. Miss Elise Denim is not Elise Denim. Her real name is Misty Fey. Why would she want to kill her own daughter? Would never have attacked Maya Fey. How can you be so sure? Because the victim's real name is not Elise Denim. Her real name was Misty Fey. Fey? No, not Mystic Fey. I read that completely wrong. Like, there was like 2 M's there. It was like, I think she said Mystic Misty Fey, which is Mystic Misty Fey. Say that 3 times fast. It's the master of the Curian channeling technique. She is also the mother of Maya Fey. Are you serious? Is it really true, Mr. Wright? Was Elise Denim actually the great Mystic Missy? There's no doubt about it. Looks like Iris had no idea. I can hardly believe it. The idea that she would try to kill her own daughter, one she hadn't seen in 17 years. Perhaps the prosecution can offer me some explanation for why she would do such a thing. Oof, it got him heated. Upon first hearing the witness's testimony, it seemed natural enough. However, in light of some facts that have just been presented, one, that the victim supposedly threw away a sword during a fight, and 2, that the people battling to the death were mother and daughter. Despite the fact being believable when taking it on their own, when taken together, the entire story seems difficult to believe. Listen, there's nothing in this world that is impossible. Except for one thing. Yes, what is this one little impossible thing? Huh, you still don't get it? You think maybe my beans are under roast, but you have no idea, Gramps. Did you get to your point? I heard this witness's confession this morning. Just as I had taken the first sip of my 8th cup of morning coffee. Man, you must drink so much coffee, your blood must be coffee by now. Like, seriously, like, that must not be very healthy. I had a detective who loves to investigate, sent to the scene of the crime. And we discovered this little beauty. Oh my god. Obviously, Your Honor, but do you notice something else? There's blood on it. Yeah, where did he find that? Like, we were investigating that last in the just before in the investigation part, and we couldn't find it. The pine tree? Oh no, it was stuck in the pine tree. Two women. Okay. Yeah, probably. Ha, were you even listening? Your 13th cup of coffee. Damn, son. Okay, so he hasn't analyzed the blood yet, so we don't know who's that blood from. But if it is from the victim, then we are screwed. And now then, the testimony we just had has numerous unbelievable aspects to it. However, after having found the very data the witness spoke of, I can't believe I believe we can consider her testimony to be credible. Relatively, anyway. Cute girls never lie. Some girls do, man. I'm pretty sure some girls do. I would know. You know, I'm not a womanizer. Alright. So, yeah. That was a lot of stuff in this part. Iris basically lying to us, I guess, and not telling us about this fight, but yeah, we're gonna find out what exactly happened in the next part, ladies and gentlemen. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like if you did enjoy, and of course subscribe for more. And I'll see you guys later for some more Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Trials and Tribulations.